Section 10.3 is on circles. A circle is the set of all points in a plane that are equidistant from a given point, which is the center. The distance r from the center to any point on the circle is called the radius. And the standard form of the equation of a circle that has a center at the point hk and has radius r is the quantity x minus h squared plus the quantity y minus k squared equals r squared. This should look familiar from geometry. Let's take a look at a couple examples here. Oops. Okay, write the equation of the circle that has its center at 3, -5 and has a radius of 2. So that means that, my h is going to be equal to 3, my k is equal to -5, and my r is equal to 2. So using the formula x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, we just plug those numbers in. So x minus 3 squared plus y minus a -5 squared equals 2 squared. And if we clean that up, we get x minus 3 squared plus y plus 5 squared is equal to 4. Just be aware that this is h, this is k, and this is r. Next example says, write an equation for the translation of x squared plus y squared equals 10 by 2 units to the right and 5 units down. So what does that mean? So the circle x squared plus y squared equals 10 is actually centered at the origin. That was where the center would be, but I need to move it 2 units to the right. So I need to move 2 units this way, and then I need to move it 5 units down. Okay, so that's going to move my center to the point 2, -5. So this is my new h, this is my new k, and this is actually r squared. That's going to stay the same. So my equation is going to be x minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals 10. I find it helpful to do a little sketch. Next example says find the center and radius of the circle that has an equation x minus 3 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 36. So looking at this, this is going to be my h. My k, this is a little tricky, k is actually going to be -1. And this value here is r squared, so that means r is going to be 6. So my center is the point 3, -1, and my radius is equal to 6. Now we get to graph a circle, so we have to graph the equation x squared plus the quantity y minus 1 squared equals 16. So looking at this, I can tell that my center is going to be, notice there's no x minus h, so my h is going to be 0, and my k is going to be 1, and my radius is going to be 4 because this is r squared. R squared is 16, so r is 4. So I'm going to plot my center, the point 0, 1, and then my radius is 4, and I'm just going to do straight up and down, left and right 4 units. And then do my best to connect those so it kind of looks more like a circle and less like a diamond. And there's the graph of the circle. And our last example says to find the center and radius of this circle whose equation is given by x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 10y plus 13 equals 0. You'll notice that this is not written in standard form. This is actually called general form, and we'll see that a little later in this chapter. But in order to do this, I need to complete the square again. So I'm going to rewrite it with my x terms together. And I'm going to go ahead and leave a space there, plus y squared plus 10y, and then I'm going to subtract 13 on both sides. Okay, so basically what I did was I grouped my x terms together, realizing that I'm going to have to complete the square, grouped my y terms together, and realized I'm going to have to complete the square there. So completing the square, half of -4 is -2, squared is 4, so I add a 4 here, and I have to add a 4 here. Working with my y's, half of 10 is 5, 5 squared is 25, add 25 here, and add 25 here. Factor this. That's going to factor into x minus 2 squared, plus factoring my y's, y plus 5 squared equals negative 13 plus 4 plus 25 gives me a 16. Now I have my equation of a circle in standard form, so I can read off that my center is the point 2, negative 5, and my radius is equal to 4. So in this section we took a look at the equations of circles, which you should probably be familiar with from geometry, how to find the center and the radius, how to write it in standard form, and how to graph it.